Hello, Pisces. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Bonefire Tarot by Gabby Angus West. I feel like I haven't used this one in a while. Supportive Oracle cards. If I can push that back where it's supposed to go. Supportive Oracle cards. Energy Oracle cards by Sandra Ann Taylor. Okay. So let's see what we have for Pisces. Okay. Let's get the other deck out here. Oh, there's a lot at once. Coming to the point. Let's see, we're heading towards figuring out what you want. What you want. So that seems interesting. It's almost like really drilling down and like, it's kind of like when you're a kid and you think you want this toy or that toy, and then when you really find out what you want, it's not the toy you wanted, it's to hang out with that certain crowd of people. It almost feels like finding out what you really want of a situation. Whatever drew you to the situation may not be actually what you want from it. That seems a little interesting. Let's get a little deeper and find out what they're trying to say. Rest and rejuvenation is coming out reversed too at the bottom. So it's kind of like coming out of your shell, coming out of that rest time. Seriously, it's like where things are going to get more active. Where I see this starting is like you had the Hanged Man with the Eight of Cups. There was a point where there was a pause for a while. I'm almost wondering if this is like the obvious reasons, but there was a time where just nothing was really happening, and you seemed to think that that's how you had to handle it. Nothing was happening, nothing should be happening, you just kind of left things alone. You felt like, well, this is the right thing to do, I need to just let things be. While that was going on, while you were pulling back and just kind of holding your own, holding steady with what you had the sixth chakra, journey, caring connections, and door to value. There's a lot going on in the environment at this time. But what I'm getting with the sixth chakra is like, I almost feel like there's things going on around you that kind of make sense, although you can't really put your finger on it. It's almost like when it's kind of like figuring out a mystery. You're getting all the clues, but you don't know exactly what the clue goes to. It's kind of like, yeah, I'm getting like something's going on here. Something's supposed to move forward. Something's going to come forward. I just don't really know what it is. The journey is like something was coming towards you, but I feel like it went on pause. Something was coming towards you, but went on pause. And again, the hints are coming to you. You had the clues. You had the inclinations. Something here is happening. Carrying connections in the door to value. It's like something was waiting here for you, and you just had to go on pause for a while. Something was waiting, though. Something was coming toward you. Something was making the journey. Something very good for you. There's a lot of goodness here waiting to come forward towards you. But I feel like it went on pause. But I'm wondering if it was for the obvious reason, which I'm trying not to say that obvious reason. For those of you who click into it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you don't, maybe it's touching on something else in your life, so don't worry about it. The first chakra, the base chakra, comes in next. Wanting to go towards what's out there waiting for you. But I'm feeling like you couldn't do it. For some reason, you just couldn't do it. There's something out here waiting for you, but you couldn't go towards it. You literally just could not go towards it. I don't think you're losing out on anything, by the way. That's the thing. I don't think you're losing out, but somebody else is upset. You got the heartbreak card here, or the broken heart. But when I look at this card, it doesn't seem like it's the total loss. For some reason, when I look at this, I think of like I look at some very crafty people. Mariah Elizabeth is a YouTuber that she takes old squishies. I don't know why I'm bringing this in, other than she takes things that people think are junk and they're no longer useful, and she revamps them and makes them into something beautiful again. And when I see this broken heart for you in the environment, it looks like it's lost, it's ruined, there's nothing else we can do with it. But I also feel like that's not the truth. It just has to be revitalized, it has to be revamped and pulled back into life again. The temple path with victory is telling me, because the temple path is covering the victory, this is not over. You are not going to lose out on this. You don't have to lose out on this. Maybe that's better. You don't have to lose out on this. But it's kind of like getting back on the path and slowly going towards it in a way that you feel comfortable. The path is there. You have the Four of Swords, which is rest and relaxation, sometimes healing. The Four of Swords comes in a few different ways. For me anyway, when I read it, I have to look around what's around it, how are things, melding in with it. And I'm getting kind of like, it's kind of, you're not comfortable moving towards it just yet. And you're like, I've had to kind of put life on pause. I felt like I should. I felt like that was right. I guess I could start moving towards it again. I just don't know if I'm completely comfortable. I say this every reading, I swear. I feel like I say it most readings. I'm also a Pisces. And I can kind of relate to something in the sense of like, I thought I was okay. I thought I was ready to do something. And then the day before, I'm like, I have to cancel. So I'm wondering if this is the same type of energy. Kind of like, no, I'm good. No, I can do this. No, it's fine. I'm a little nervous, but I'm fine. And the closer it gets, you're like, oh, I'm a little more nervous. And then literally for me, the day before, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna have to bow out for this. I'm just not there for it. I'm sorry. And I feel like you might have that same moment. Like, yeah, I want to. And I'm gonna pass this time. Because I feel like you're kind of letting the possibilities pass by you for now. Because you're like, I want to, I just don't feel like I'm ready to. Everybody can tell me I should, but if I really don't feel like I should, I'm not going to. The Ten of Swords and the King of Cups is in the environment. Something is waiting for you here. This does not have to be a person. This does not have to be romantic. This could be business. There's some opportunity waiting for you and is really upset that you're not coming to claim this opportunity. But the thing is, I don't think you fully know what it is. I think it's just you need to go towards it, and something seems to be waiting for you to claim it. I just feel like there's something waiting for you to take it. It's here for you, waiting for you to come forward and get it. I don't think it's lost, though. As we keep coming forward, see, I think this is going to have a good ending, because I'm understanding this more. The Five of Swords... In this deck, they treat it like the Five of Wands, in my opinion, because that's more conflict, in my opinion. The Five of Swords is usually like the fruitless win. So it might be somebody's internal conflict, wondering if this is actually going to work out or not, if you're going to come forward. The Queen of Swords is telling me there seems to be some communication from you out into the universe in one way or another. I don't know how exactly this works, because it seems like it's different for all of you. It seems like there's a bit of disruption, or almost like when when you see those old movies and they're talking on the CBs and it sounds a little warped and you can sometimes hardly make out the signal. It kind of feels like that. Like the communication isn't the strongest. It's not really like, I'm not exactly sure what I'm dealing with. It seems like something's trying to communicate with me here, though. And it's the Queen of Swords, so it's interesting that it's not coming forward clearly, but I don't feel like it is. And I'm getting like the disruptions on the other side. Whatever's waiting for you here, it's like something's trying to pull you towards it. It's trying to pull you towards it. You're getting some type of inkling to go towards it. There's some type of urge. I feel like for those of you this is really going to hit for, there's some type of urge to go towards something. Like, I know there's something out there for me. I keep getting clues that there's something out there for me. I just don't know exactly what that something is. And it's pulling on you. I'm getting the contract kind of like, I really feel like this is something you're supposed to go towards sooner or later. It's like, I'm noticing you're not seeing it. You're not seeing exactly what it is, but something is coming up, and you may have delayed it. It may have been the right thing for you to do to delay it. I don't want to say that was wrong, because I don't really feel like it is for most of you. But it's like something's in your path. It's kind of like you can't get from here to the next town without going down this path, and there is something directly on this path. Sooner or later, you're going to have to go forward into this moment. And I'm getting like, there's a weird energy, kind of like, I feel like there's something there. I feel like I need to do this. I just don't seem to I don't have all the pieces. I'm not sure why I feel so drawn to do this. The Devil card is in the environment. It almost feels like an addiction feel. It's kind of like something feels comforting, something feels like it's the right thing, but I'm getting it's literally like there's some type of heaviness to this. One of the versions of the devil card is to feel held down or to feel restricted by other people and like you can't get out of it. It's almost like having that job and feeling like you have no say over what you do, and that people are just treating you like you're a pawn or you're a piece of paper, and they can just put you where they want to and use you as they feel fit, and because they're paying your salary, they can just treat you like a slave. I swear that's just common. I don't know why we're going down that road, but I'll go down that road. Why not? I don't think it matters in gender, color, race. I'm probably repeating things. Orientation, whatever you got. Sometimes people who have money and who have this entitled feeling, they just seem to have this attitude. When I have money, I can tell you what to do, and I have the power. Sometimes you see this in restaurants too, by the way, when somebody's like, well, I'm paying their salary, so they have to jump to it because I say so, because I'm going to tip them. They have to bend over backwards. When it's not really the way that's supposed to be. The tip is supposed to be like a thank you, like not a I own you thing. I don't know why we're going down that road, but there's this energy of like control around this situation, which I feel like this is one of the reasons you're avoiding it. That's why you're like, it's almost like I got to go down this road, but I'm hesitant. I'm trying to avoid it. I don't really want to do it. Because there's this element of control that's similar to that. Like, almost like you're going to feel like somebody's going to try to take control, or something's going to try to take control and push you and make you do things that you really don't want to do. And it's kind of like you're questioning, am I going to be strong enough to not fall into that trap? Whew. There's a lot of energy with that. Now, you are going to at some point move forward. They are letting you know that this energy... I feel like the energy I was explaining it's explaining why you're so like, I want to do it, I think I'm going to pass for now. Because when you get closer, it just looks really intimidating. The question is, how intimidating is it really? There is some realism to that. There is some truth to that. But I feel like you can work through those waters. I also feel like with the contract card, you're going to have to go through it sooner or later anyway. When you do finally face this... Because I feel like part of you is like, do I have to? And I feel like that's part of this reading too. Like, yeah, sooner or later you're going to have to. It's kind of like, if I don't have to walk by that house with a dog that runs loose and seems to like to bite people, should I go a different route? And I'm just kind of like, no, you have to go that way. And I'm saying that as a dog lover, by the way. So I don't know why I'm giving that analogy, because it's funny that I'm giving that analogy. When you finally do it, you're gonna center on your energy. Your strength is gonna come up. You're gonna start feeling like you're in the right place at the right time. It's not gonna be the easiest moment. It's the Nine of Wands, which to me is like holding strong and not letting the world dictate what you're gonna do. Kind of like, I'm gonna go down this path. This is where I need to go. This is where I want to go. I want to be on the other side of this path. I want to be over there. And I need to go through this so I can be over there. I'm not going to go around all these crazy ways and take a 5-day trip for something that could take me literally just an hour to walk there. I'm not going to do that. I got to go here. I got to go through it. I'm ready to do it. It's finally time to do it. At some point, sooner or later, you will go forward through it. You will find that gift that you're looking for. The Knight of Cups is telling me that gift you're looking for, or that gift that's waiting for you, that good thing that's been hovering around you, is there. But it's also saying you might have to dust it off. It's kind of like going to that summer home that has all the stuff covered with sheets and dust, and it's it needs to be opened up, it needs to be aired out, it needs to be cleaned up, things need to be refurbished, things need to be washed. We got to get the power turned back on, we got to get the water turned back on. You know what I mean? We got to get things together, we got to mow the lawn outside, we got to put things back together so that it looks like a nice home again. It's kind of how I feel when I'm seeing this. Kind of like it's a beautiful place, but it's been put away, and it's been locked away, and it's been put dormant. You got to breathe fresh air back into it, bring it out of dormancy. It will still be there. I just feel like when I'm seeing these two cards together, even though that gift is still waiting for you, the Seven of Swords is telling me it's like it wasn't expecting you to show up at this point for some reason. It was, the energy there is not that strong, but it can return there. You might have to revitalize it a little bit to bring it back up to where it's supposed to be. Alright, I think we're there. I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com, James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.